Now then, how are we doing?
Good evening, Paul. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Thank you.
Good. We've got a few regulars straight in tonight.
Hi, Kelsey Love. Noxie, Real Honest Ghost. Good evening.
Yeah, I hope you're all well.
You're nice.
That's a nice, polite welcome. Greetings, says your real nightmare. I hope everybody's good. Yeah. So how are you, Paul? Everything okay, mate? He's reading.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just reading the I don't know what I was doing, Bobby. I was miles away, mate. Sorry. I was doing something and I can't think what it was.
I tell you what, that little video you did there, what a cracking place.
It's cracking, isn't it?
It's a lovely place, isn't it?
I never knew it existed until Saturday afternoon. But there you go.
It's a lovely place. Now then, there look to be a fair few clues in there.
I think it was. I left a few clues
in
it, so
I thought it was Yorkshire. I don't know if it is. It looks very much like a Yorkshire town or village.
Yeah, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
Well, there's your first. You see, I'm testing him, folks. That's your first.
Well, I don't want to disappoint anybody.
No.
But EMS has just come up with the answer.
Has it?
How easy?
Well, I saw part of it.
How easy was that?
I saw part of it said Ben Nevis, so then you start thinking of Scotland, don't you?
Well, it is Scotland, Pitlochry.
All right. By heck, that looks
in Scotland.
Well, I wouldn't have said that was Scotland. Weather looked too good for one.
Yeah.
And there were no hills, you know.
Well, there was the what do you call it in the garden?
Oh, yeah.
What do you call that stuff on trees when it's hot?
Blossom.
Blossom, yeah. So it's back in springtime, isn't it?
Yeah, you know that's my favourite tree. We've got half a dozen in my town.
Yeah.
And, every year, I purposefully go down and find them and walk past them to see alt blossom coming off them because it's beautiful. It's a really cheerful tree, a blossom tree. But well done, EMS. Well done, straight in with that one.
You know, I am really impressed.
Unless EMS, baby, you've no chance, mate.
When somebody's been, it's okay, you know.
Yeah. I'm wondering if EMS come from that way, because he got it spot on, didn't he? So I wonder if they got it spot on. So maybe they can tell us if they do know that place well. But yeah, it looks a nice place to visit, does that? And then when I saw the locks, you see, that gave me another thought. Well,
yeah, the locks are fish. It's called a fish ladder,
right?
So that's how the fish get from down the bottom of the rivery thing and up, over the dam to go up and do their bits up in the hills. You know how?
Away. I mean, if a lock is a good clue that it's north, you know.
Yeah. I thought the hills would give it away, and then of course
I didn't really notice hills.
Right at the very end, it said it was upside down, but it said Ben something.
Ben Nevis.
No, I don't think it was Ben Nevis, but
it said, there were a plaque, there were a big black brass.
I don't think it was Ben Nevis.
No,
I don't think Ben Nevis is Pitlochry way. It's further up.
I see now. I'm looking. I see, I've got it here. Yeah, you see them hills there. That could be Yorkshire as well. You say, Lancashire, but yeah, it's a good one. That I bet you thought that they were going to take them some getting that.
I took out all because there was lots of Scottish flags and stuff like that. So I took all the flags out what I could find and all those type of things, and then I left so as a clue, I left the 2 shows, because if you'd have Googled the shows and looked for the dates, you'd have found out where it was, because it's at Pitlochry show place for the 2 shows.
Yeah.
And then right near the end, there was the gravestone of the father of radar.
All right.
He's buried in Pitlochry graveyard. So of course, if you'd have Googled his name, you'd have found out where he was. So lots of things there. But somebody's already, if somebody's
sorry, Ems, if I got a name wrong, I'll call you EMS. Maybe it's Ems. I'm not from Scotland. Visited a couple of years ago. Beautiful place. Sorry to give the answer so quickly. No.
No, we like them when they're fast.
Paul will accept that. You're accepting that answer early doors, aren't you, Paul?
Well, yeah, it's because it's the right answer. I can't say no. That's not what I'm looking for, because that's what it is.
Well, it's put. Maybe you've got competition now. That were fast.
I was thinking of a new prize. Well, a new prize for maybe not your stream, Bobby, because they might not know. But for my stream, I was thinking of a new prize of a biscuit tin.
Biscuit tin. Well, yes. But they've got to know the story of the biscuit tin.
That's what I mean. My side will know the story. I don't think.
Well, they will, because it's just duplicated onto mine, isn't it? It's the same one.
Yeah, but I don't think. Anyway, that was just a thought. I thought, well, yeah, we'll do the biscuit tin.
Well, let me just. I'll just listen. Your real nightmare: cherry blossom, apple, or almond blossom. Listen, I love all the blossom trees. They're absolutely gorgeous. A question here, Paul, you might be able to answer. Culture Cat says, Todmorden. You know Todmorden?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right. Does it belong to Lancashire or Yorkshire?
It's Lancashire. It's Yorkshire, isn't it?
It's on the border. I always thought it was on the border.
No, I think it's Yorkshire, mate.
And it's Yorkshire side.
I think it is.
Yeah, but it is on the border, isn't it? It's Halifax way, isn't it? Over that way.
Yeah, I think it's Yorkshire side. I could be wrong.
I've always, because it's not that far from me. It's West Yorkshire.
I'm not the sage,
but I always thought it were Yorkshire, and I'm pretty sure people who live there will say that. But maybe, who knows? Look what they did to Yorkshire with ridings. So who knows?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could belong to Scotland now. You never know, do
you? Yeah.
Because, like you say, like the government will just change things to fuck everything up. Oops, sorry. I do apologise.
I watching a video the other night, and someone were Harrogate. Someone were visiting Harrogate from down south, and they were loving it, Well,
it's nice in Harrogate, isn't it?
But they kept saying Harrogate. And I'm sat there thinking, I wish they'd get the bloody name right. It's Harrogate, not Harrogate.
Yeah.
And then just as I said that on video, somebody walked past and said, it's Harrogate. It's Harrogate, not Harrogate.
It's a bit like
you don't know it, do you?
It's a bit like Newcastle, isn't it? It's not Newcastle. It's Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's Calderdale, you see, isn't there? Kelsey's pointed out it's Calderdale, which is Yorkshire. Yeah, there's Calderdale. Yeah, you're right there.
But it might not, in a couple of years' time, when this four-eyed twat who's in power at the moment realizes he's going to lose, he'll start changing shit about so that he gets his people all into the right places. Well,
it's politics today.
Wow. Yeah, politics today, politics tomorrow. It's
the election tomorrow in America, isn't it?
Oh, do you know? Came on the news earlier. It said, "Will you be staying up all night for it?" Will I? Look,
heck,
Will-I-ek. Who gives a rat's ass whether it's a fat, red-faced twat or if it's a...
Don't be sexist.
A funny coloured woman.
Now then, I knew it was this week, but I wasn't sure when anyway. Because I don't take that much notice in American politics. But
it's the heckers like.
But I saw it on news just before I come on. And it's ITV News says we'll be covering it all day tomorrow, which is a bit daft because on the day of election they're not allowed to report stuff.
Well, they are in their country.
Oh, are they?
Oh, they can do what they want.
Well, in this country, you can't campaign on the day of the election,
and you can't stand outside a polling station.
That's right.
A placard saying "vote for me" or him.
Well, it applies now because it's such a big thing. The media, they're not allowed to go on the media and start saying "vote for me" neither on the day. So anyway,
America.
And this ITV, they've got 3 reporters in America, different places. ITV News. And then he says we'll be watching all day tomorrow, and we'll start our coverage from 10:45 tomorrow night, right through the night to see how it goes. And I thought, are they right in the red? Are they right in the red doing that?
No, they're not right. They'll be up in arms at the end of the week. They'll be shooting each other.
Well, it's a close-knit thing, apparently.
Well, they'll be shooting each other. Nobody will accept what it's going to be. No, if the woman wins, the fat twat won't accept it. He's already said he's not going to accept it.
No, he won't. Well, SH Legal points out there. Good evening, SH Legal points out there. So Trump is going to be the first convict to become the president. Well, we all know he's corrupted, don't we? And he's
yeah.
You know.
There you go. It's like I say, if he loses, he's not going to accept it.
No, he won't. He never will.
He's already said he's going to sit there and start being a twat and having, putting people in prison or whatever he can do, he's going to do. He's going to go after the people who went after him.
Well, he said last one were fixed, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a stupid fat git.
But they're still voting for him. So what the state of the country is, I don't know. If they're having to vote for somebody like that, but is the other side as bad? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really care. The Yanks.
No.
For all I care, they can pull the fucking plug on them and sink it.
He's in a bad mood tonight.
I don't like them.
Isn't he? He's ruthless tonight, folks.
Oh, fuck him.
Hey, but no, I'll have to get a bleep button for you.
Can you bleep faster? That's the thing.
I'll have to do one. I don't think I've got over to you. Yeah, that's the world we're living into. I think we're in a great country though. I think we don't do. Is that? I've got a laughing one. I don't know if you can hear it if I put that one on that. Listen, folks. I'm going to get a bleeper for next week.
Yeah, get away with you because it's not often I swear now, is it? Really?
No, but you don't hold back.
I don't often swear.
Look at that. They know what I'm like with my breathing. The real honest goes, but just do a loud cough every time, Bobby.
Yeah.
I do cough, don't I? Good to see you.
If you want me to see those things, those things you're saying from your stream, you're going to have to put it up on the bottom of the messagey thing, so I see it in my stream.
Yes.
You see what I mean? Because I don't watch both things. I only watch my stream. Are you with me? You get what I mean, don't you?
Good evening, Sharon. I hope you had a great weekend, darling. I saw lots of pictures of you enjoying yourself. She went to the BKFC bare knuckle fight on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Sharon.
Nice. Good evening, Sharon. Nice to see you.
Now then, Martin Bex. I don't know that guy, but he's been a bit cheeky with you. Are the fingerless gloves for wheeling the wheelchair?
No, just scratching my ass, dickhead.
Take that with a pinch of salt, Paul.
To keep my hands warm. That's what it is.
Well, they've beggared us up with quiz, haven't they?
Yeah, so got it really quick. I'm impressed. 16 minutes in, and they got the quiz. Last week it was 40 minutes.
Right. Now then, I think your real nightmare's been doing some homework there. I'll put it up. See what you think of that, Paul. Can you see that?
Oh, can you?
Culture Cats in 1888. Todmorden was in Lancashire, but the border was moved, so now it's in West Yorkshire. No. Why? This is what I don't get, me. Why do they move borders?
1888. You know, I don't know how far you can go back with all this shit, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that Todmorden was in Yorkshire, in the West Riding of Yorkshire, when it was a riding originally, back in, you know, way back when the ridings were the ridings.
Yeah.
Or 1800s anyway. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Cats. Who's Culture Cats?
That's where they've got it from, I think. Or
right, okay.
Or it's somebody in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I can understand them moving borders to build towns, because they do build towns, don't they?
Yeah.
But other than that, why would you move a border?
Well, they move borders to make it. Well, the governments move borders so that they've got the same amount of people in the areas, you know. So one MP will be looking after 20,000 people, and another MP will be looking after 20,000. So to make it even Stevens. Whereas if you've got an area that's not well populated,
yeah,
you know, one person will be representing 10 people. It might not be as so, but that's why they changed borders. I mean, if you look at North Yorkshire, back in the day, North Yorkshire, you know, Richmond and all those type of places, them are now in, I don't know what you call that area now. Is it Teesside or whatever, or
Middlesbrough before Teesside, isn't it?
Middlesbrough was not in wherever it is now. It used to be North Yorkshire did Middlesbrough.
Right. Yes, it did. Yeah, because it's you know, paralytic zone here. Because I get confused, because growing up places, I could do it now, and I'll say, well, that's in North Yorkshire, and they'll go, no, it ain't, and they'll swear blind it is, it ain't, and then you realise things like you've just said. But places move about. But if that's your birthplace, you're not going to be right happy.
Yeah. No.
You know, you're proud of where you come from, and it's like a floating bloody town.
But you see, it's like, oh, it's silly. It's like South Yorkshire. You know, no such place as bloody South Yorkshire. It was north, east, and west.
No, there were three ridings, weren't there, Paul?
And west.
North, east, and west. There were no south.
South riding. There was a book written about South Riding, but there was no South Riding.
Now, the only thing about Barnsley is it's in the south of Yorkshire. You know, Sheffield, Barnsley, Doncaster, all south of Yorkshire. But they're not in a South Yorkshire. They're not in a South Riding. There ain't such a thing. No, there's three ridings. But I think that they did it to divide and conquer myself, I think.
Well, it's all to do with voting shit.
Yeah.
So, real honest goes, I'm sure North Yorkshire ends just before Redcar, which is before Middlesbrough and Newcastle. Well, Newcastle was never in Yorkshire. Middlesbrough was in Yorkshire. Redcar was in Yorkshire. You know, so, and I don't know if Redcar is still in Yorkshire, but it was in Yorkshire. When I was a young boy, that's what it was.
Yes. Some would say you're not in Yorkshire, you're in Humberside.
No such place as Humberside.
Well, that's what they say. Where's Hull?
Yeah. Where's what?
Hull.
Hull's in East Yorkshire.
Yeah, but where Humberside?
No, in Humberside. No such fucking place as Humberside. What are you on about?
Well, where's Humberside come from?
It's because the government decided in their infinite fucking wisdom to take away our heritage and stick us with the yellow bellies across the pond.
Correct. That's what I'm saying to you.
And we revolted against it and told them to stuff it up their ass and took it away.
Yes.
There's no Humberside anymore. North Humberside's gone.
Yes.
It's East Yorkshire. The only Humberside you'll get is people like BBC who can't be asked to change their fucking stations. The police, they still class themselves as Humberside police. What the fuck is that all about? They're all just a load of tossers. Anyway, there you go. You got me on a thing now.
No. You're right.
But saying that, Bobby, they are trying to bring this shit back in. What you've just, this side shit back in.
But there should be a law telling them they can't mess about like that. Listen, biggest county in country, Yorkshire. Biggest county in country. The population of Yorkshire is bigger than Scotland. That's a fact. There's more people live in Yorkshire than live in Scotland. The area of Scotland's bigger than Yorkshire, but that just tells you the size of the Yorkshire. And they're just sort of like, I feel like they nibble at the edges and they divide and conquer. I mean, my own local area has been divided up. It used to be called Spen Valley. Now it's been divided into 6 little towns, and they all have their own little bloody MPs. We had one MP. What's all this about? So it's divide and conquer in my mind. Can you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I agree with you entirely, matey. You see, Real Honest Ghost has just put Humberside was the other side of the Humber Bridge. No, it wasn't. It was both sides of the Humber Bridge. That's why it was called Humberside. So,
yeah,
until the good people of East Yorkshire decided to paint out all the signs for Humberside and put on them East Yorkshire. I can remember it well, doing it loads of times. White paint, get out there. Paint those pretty signs.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's crackers, isn't it? It's crackers. I don't know if this happens at rest of country, but it.
I don't know.
But I think it's because we're such a big county. Anyway, we're having a right moan about it, aren't we?
Yeah, it's because it's our heritage, isn't it? They're just ripping your heritage from you.
Well, that's it. I was brought up in a place called Spen Valley, Paul. It was quite a big area. It's an area of Kirklees, and it entailed there were 5 villages and 1 town. And all of a sudden, I'm not from Spen Valley anymore. That's gone. That doesn't exist. Yet, a lot of businesses, a lot of places are still called Spen. The name stayed. But now we're told that we're in independent town, independent villages. And like I said, we've gone from 1 MP to bloody 5.
Yeah, it's crackers. But there you go.
So you can't, if I have an issue about something local, up until that, I think that shouldn't be right, that there. I'll say, I can't go to my local councillor. I've got to next door's local councillor. And then they'll say, you're not from our area. How bloody hell, how daft is it? You've got me going now, then, us. I'm
really sorry. I don't think I started it, though.
You did.
Did I? All right.
Another one there, you might know more than me. Didn't the Humber Bridge come from America? Or something else?
Of course it did. They brought it over on a barge.
I know London Bridge went to America.
Yeah.
They built another then when they sold that. And it's it's a breeze block bloody bridge and all. London Bridge. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I think I have. I think I've been across it.
Everybody, foreigners, especially Americans, think that Tower Bridge, which is next bridge along, is London Bridge, and it's not. It's Tower Bridge. The original London Bridge is the next one down, and it's like a bloody breeze block mess.
Yeah.
Just replaced it with original. Oh, give them right to sell it. I'm on one now, you see.
Council.
I'm on one now. No, it might bloody council. It's that's our capital. We should have a say.
What's his name? What's that councillor from London who was a twat?
Oh, Asian one.
No.
Boris Johnson one.
No. Before him, the Labourite git.
Oh yes, Ken Summit.
Ken Livingstone.
Ken Livingstone.
Yeah, I think he was the one.
Was
he? Yeah.
He shouldn't have been allowed to do that.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's part of your history, it's part of your heritage.
You can sell our heritage.
Now then, your real nightmare's been Googling tonight, look. He's telling you he's back to Google, he's back to Todmorden. Todmorden was first mentioned in the 1600s when the Norse had control. The name Todmorden is Germanic, meaning Todd, dead, modern, murder.
No, right.
Dead murder. Oh,
that's
a nice thing.
Every day, don't you? I told you I'm not a sage of British or English or Yorkshire history. I go by what I understand or what I've heard or what I was taught even.
Well, yeah, or what you were brought up with, because things change that much.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, wait, the bloody all that paralytic zones. We've got some right statements here. The Statue of Liberty came from France. Frederick Augusto Bartholdi.
Yeah, they did. The French sent it across to them.
Was it a gift?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, right.
I think it was anyway. I might be wrong, but I know it came from. I know it was a French thing.
Well, that don't make sense, does it? The Statue of Liberty is a statement saying that we are, it's a free country. We're liberated.
That's what America was, wasn't it, when it was sent?
Yeah, but what don't you make that statement yourself, not let somebody else make it for you?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was the Yanks. It was the French who sent them the thing to say,
yeah,
right, here you go. Can you send us some money? I don't know.
Yeah, I've flown over that. I remember flying over that.
What, when you were bombing it? RAF.
I remember pilots saying we're just coming over. I was flying across America, obviously. And I remember pilots saying we're just gonna sit. We'll be just flying over the Statue of Liberty.
Well,
we're quite close, to be honest.
Saying that, Bobby, when you said obviously, well, quite honestly, I think that I do actually think there's a small one in France.
All right.
I just got that. I'm sure I saw something on the Olympics when they did the Olympics.
Right.
And I'm sure I saw something that was on about the Statue of Liberty having a smaller one in
France.
In France, yeah. Could be wrong. Again, somebody will put me right. They always do.
Unless they have maybe the same way of thinking, because you'd have it for a reason, wouldn't you? It's not something you'd have unless you stood by what its meaning, which is yeah. Anyway, King Kong go up there. Oh no, that was Empire State Building, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that real? Was he real, King Kong?
I think he was, yeah. He was in the film anyway.
I believed him. I felt sorry for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I felt sorry for that bloody pilot he grabbed.
Well, did you see plane? Bloody hell, it must have been made out of balsa wood. It won't going to last long next to King Kong.
It wasn't. Anyway,
bye. We've put world to reach there in half an hour, haven't we?
Well, 15 minutes, I think, yeah.
So, how was everybody doing?
A bit politicized aside. Can't say that word.
Yes,
but,
I agree, whatever you said. But how's everybody doing in chat? Excuse me. How's everybody doing in chat? Are we all right? It's good to see you all again. Usual Monday night crew.
It's nice.
Yeah. Some real good people. I think you might have to get a backup quiz next week.
No, we're only doing one quiz.
Away.
One quiz a week. I can't be asked to do more than one.
Oh, well.
I've got things to do with my life.
They'll be saying, we've got him. We've got him in just 5 minutes. You can't tease us all that.
No, well, there you go. I did think it would last a little bit longer than it did.
Em's got it. Well done, Ems.
If you've been there and you've seen that that thing, well, it's going to stick in your head, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but she was very. I'm presuming it's a lady, but she was very direct with the answer. There were no, it was straight. I can't remember what he said it more.
I agree. But it does look a really nice place. I've never been.
Yeah, it does look a lovely place.
It does, yeah.
It does.
We had arranged to go, but I wonder if my bus pass will take me there. Do you think it would?
Oh, I don't know why.
I'd have to change buses a lot, though, wouldn't I?
Well, if you come past mine, let us know and I'll jump on because I've got a bus pass.
Right.
Well, that day out.
I think it'd take more than a bloody day going on bus pass, wouldn't it?
Well, we can go somewhere. Don't matter where. Watford Day. Yeah, Em's put. I've got it here. Pitlochry Dam, Scotland. I've been there. So, and that was 2 minutes past 7. How fast was that, Paul?
That was 2 minutes.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Just before 7 o'clock. So,
and then Bibby come along at 5 past. And
I missed it. I'd look, Bibby. But there you go. That's life. You pays your money, you takes your chance.
Yeah. You're right there. You're a real nightmare. 1 MP for 5 areas. 1 MP to 5 is jobs for the boys. Yeah, they divided out my area up to give bloody jobs out. Anyway. Ain't it good to see you, SH Legal? You haven't been in for a few weeks. We see our Sharon every week. Sharon's lovely. And you're a real nightmare. Them two look after me. And Kelsey bobs about from one side to the other. He's gone. We've lost him, look.
Oh.
You.
No, I was giving you a chance to talk, Bobby, because, it almost seems that I'm talking over you. And I thought, well, I'll give you a chance. You know, you EMS doesn't want the prize.
No.
So she'll have to have one of the stickers, and
yes,
the biscuit tin will have to go for next week. So next week, the prize for winning the quiz is the biscuit tin.
But I think you'll be remembered, for being so quick. Now that's a challenge to Bibby and Kelsey and Noxie. I bet you can't get. See if you can beat that. 2 minutes. That's the record.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
That's the record. So, for those that don't know about the biscuit tin,
I think everybody will know the biscuit tin.
Well, if you're thinking of having a prize, you're gonna have to refresh people's memories, aren't you?
Oh no, because they know. I'm not going to tell them what the biscuit tin method is. They'll know. Well, some of them will use the biscuit tin method in their time. I've used it, so I don't see why other people wouldn't have done.
Analytic Zone says Pitlochry. There, I stopped there when I was 13. Bonkskied house with the school.
Oh, that was nice. I bet it was a nice place to go to.
Yeah, I went to Skipton with school when I was a kid.
I like Skipton. That's nice, isn't it?
It was a lovely trip that I remember going. And it's not that. It's about 30 miles from us. Yeah, that was main play. Skipton and Skipsy as well.
Yeah.
Just let it dog out before fireworks start.
Yes, EMS says you need a leaderboard like they used to do on Top Gear. That's a good idea, isn't it?
It's a good idea, that.
You could have it in the background, couldn't we? Put a round and say, well, there you go. You're on the leaderboard. Blah, blah, blah. You did it in 2 minutes. Nobody's going to beat 2 bloody minutes anyway.
We want a chalkboard. That's what all we need.
Yeah.
Well, I've learnt tonight, haven't I?
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty come from France.
Yeah. You did.
Todmorden is on the border, which I knew that. But apparently it's been messed about for the last few centuries. And according to Paul, Humberside doesn't exist, even though they keep telling us it does.
It doesn't.
They keep telling us, don't they?
I really don't give a toss what they tell us. You know, it says chocolate on the side of buses, doesn't it? But it ain't got fucking chocolate inside, has it?
Hey.
So they could tell you what they want. Anyway, getting back to this this leaderboard, I'll see if I can organise something like a leaderboard to be in the back.
Yeah.
Thing. Or I tell you where we could have it. We could have it, where I normally put a picture between us.
Oh yeah.
We could have the leaderboard up there, couldn't we?
We could, aye.
EMS 2 minutes or 1 minute and 47 seconds. But I'd have to go through all of them now just to see what the other people. Oh, I've got bloody cups now. Other people's times were, but I'll have a look.
Is Skipton or Mother Shipton?
No,
that's
Shipton is in Knaresborough.
Knaresborough.
Yeah,
Knaresborough. That's a beautiful place in Knaresborough.
It is. Well, Skipton
Shipton's in Knaresborough, yeah. Skipton's in North Yorkshire, top end of not far from me.
Yeah, it's up on the hilly thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of hills around it.
Oh, Mother Shipton. I used to scare me silly as a kid.
Did me.
An old woman that lived in a cave.
Yeah, I know a few that should. We better not go there.
No.
Yep. But there you go.
Well, my wife's listening, so I better not send out.
No, you can't.
I've got. He's like last at some wine round here. We do as tells us, man. It's one of those, but that's Yorkshire. Another good place to visit is Portcraig. Footbridge.
I think I've got a sneaking suspicion that within the film I did, I think I put the footbridge on it. It was only a quick picture of it, but I'm sure it's on that. It's on the quiz. I'm fairly certain it was because it rings a bell. Portcraig. Oh no!
What's that mean, Paul? I put a love lock on it years ago. I think they're removing them due to structural damage, like the one in Bakewell.
People put lock onto things. I don't know how to explain it, Bobby, but you put a lock on to show that you love somebody.
All right, yeah, seal it sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, if you go to, excuse me, if you go to the front, and when I say the front, I mean where the water is in Hull. There's what do you call that thing where all the boats stay? What do you call them?
Dock.
No, not dock. The newer places where all these yachts and shit stay.
Harbour.
Marina. Well, there's a marina in Hull, and near the marina, there's a big fence in the old town overlooking the river.
Mm-hmm.
That fence is loads and loads of locks. People have put on locks, and they'll write on the lock, Bob and Billy, 1952, and all that kind of shit.
Right, I'm with you.
There's lots of places. I tell you what, it's a bit like that place in London. When we had the pandemic,
mm-hmm.
and there was a wall in London where they put the what do you call them things they put on? Anyway, there was a big long wall in London with names of people who pegged it during the COVID shit.
Yeah, pandemic.
I don't know if it's Little Love Hearts or whatever, but there's a
similar thing to that
on the embankment at Hull, not Hull, of London. Right. I remember it because when I went to pay my respects to the Queen after she passed, we were queuing up along that wall.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I remember that one.
Right.
But yeah, there's lots of places where they have love locks or memory locks. You know, it doesn't have to be a love lock; it can be a memory lock. Some people use the ones in Hull started by if somebody was lost at sea, they'd go and put a lock on the thing at the riverside. So,
right, yeah. We've got a couple more coming, Paul. Amsterdam.
Good evening.
Amsterdamish, that's a right name, isn't it? Roscoe, I hope you're well.
Roscoe, hi, yeah. Memorials. Good evening, gents. Nice. Good evening, Roscoe.
Well, you're saying there, look, you're a real nightmare. You used to love Last of the Summer Wine. Well, I actually dated a lass from that town it were filmed in.
Did she have those stockings on, Bobby?
On Firth.
Did she have those stockings on, I want to know?
I wasn't allowed to look up, I don't know. Anyway, I used to date her when I was 16, and I used to go on bus to meet her, and I spent the evening with her.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Bobby. I'm laughing at Roscoe's just put that comment. I think it was quite funny.
Yeah. Anyway, what's he put? But Mrs. Bobby's missus has put a lock on. That's funny. Yeah, you're not joking, Roscoe. You know better than me. Anyway, I used to go and see her, and I sit in the house like you did when you were a 16-year-old, as good as gold, watching telly, and everybody's and father's got one eye on you. And occasionally we go for a walk round on Firth, which is on an hill, and we used to go to the fish shop, and it was just across somewhere where Nora Batty's house was filmed, and round corner was cafe, and I once saw Compo in local fish shop. He was in character, aye. But he didn't talk no like Compo. He wasn't even a Yorkshireman than us.
No.
Bill Owen. He was from. He was a southerner. He was from London.
He had a right posh accent, did Bill Owen?
Yeah, he did. Because when he spoke, he was like, everybody would always say, "Hey, up Compo," and he was like, he just didn't react to it, you know. But if he said Mr. Owen or Bill, it's on his head. But yeah, he spoke in a quite a grand accent. But he played a Yorkshireman well, to say he wasn't from Yorkshire.
He did have a bit of a posh accent.
Yeah, but if you go back to his, I mean, it's before most folks' times, but before if you go back to 1950s, there's much 60s and that, there's movies with him in, you know, before Compo ever come along. Bill Owen.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, the other fella, I forget he died, who were in it.
Okay.
No, the other one. Clegg. He did voice of Wallace and Gromit, didn't he?
Gromit, yeah. Wallace.
Him, and you can look on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Bill Owen and him who played Clegg, they're actually buried next to each other.
Are they?
Yeah, because they were right good friends.
Oh, right.
And if you put it in Bill Owen's grave, I can't remember what the fella's name. And they're next door to each other.
Right, how nice.
On a tiny corner by some steps in this graveyard. Yes, it's because they were very good friends. But it's just a little story there. Yeah, I used to go over there. Anyway, it never worked out because
Peter Salis, Bobby.
Women ganged up on me and kicked me out of town. So,
did you hear me?
What's that, mate?
It was Peter Salis.
Peter Salis, yeah. If you put it in his grave, or you put Bill Owen's grave in, somebody's done a little video on YouTube, and he wanders around graveyard, and it shows you the next to him. You know, I mean, there's all these little bloody trinkets on the graves of bloody Wellington boots and hats and that, you know, because that's how he was anyway when he was Compo.
Yeah, it was.
He'll never be forgotten as that, will he? Because that was his big one.
Would you know it? his name wasn't Bill Owen.
What was it?
Well, it was. It was William John Owen, Rowbotham.
Rowbotham?
Or Rowbotham. It depends how you speak it, doesn't it? But that's his proper name. He was born in London.
So he dropped the last bit, didn't he?
Born in London.
So Owen must have been a middle name.
And he's buried in Upperthong, Kirklees.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a name that is, eh?
Yeah, it's a big name, isn't it?
Upperthong.
Yeah. I've never heard of it, to tell you.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
Yeah, he was a big. He loved Yorkshire. Have
you heard of Upperthong?
Pardon?
Have you heard of Upperthong?
Yes, I have. Yeah. It's in West Yorkshire.
Oh, right. I've never heard of that.
But he was like an honorary Yorkshireman round there. They all took him on as being a. And then there were Kathy, whatever they called her, that played Nora Batty. Kathy Staff.
Yeah, but past, haven't you, this Bill Owen, when you look? He's written some songs as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got a long history. He
wrote a load of songs for Engelbert Humperdinck, Harry Seacombe, Sasha Distel, Cliff Richard.
Oh, I don't know. Have you got right one?
Yeah. I can see his face here.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Bill Owen, MBE.
Yes, but his son were an actor and all, and he were in Last at Summer Wine. But
well, he ain't this one because this one's deed.
No, his son.
No, this one's dead though. I'm looking at it.
Oh yeah.
12th of July, 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. And he's buried right next door to Peter Alice.
No, not Peter Alice. Peter Alice were a commentator, not Snooker, I think. You're Peter Sallis.
Didn't I say that?
No, you said Ellis.
Oh, sorry. It was Sallis.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah.
It's
for me, the wild child of the Last of the Summer Wine. He definitely was. Pompo was the best.
Well, he gave it that character, didn't he? Let's be honest, it was about three old men that were reliving their childhood and doing daft stuff, weren't they? And he was one that sort of like always got in trouble. He would always want to get in trouble, wasn't he? He used to live below Nora Batty.
Nora.
Well, the house, I don't know how they put up with it, but the Nora Batty house, it's up a few, I don't even remember it on telly, but it was a little staircase, and you never went in the house. She were always stood at the top.
Yeah, yes.
And he were in like a cellar apartment at bottom. And they allow people all day long to bloody have the picture taken there.
Yeah?
It'd drive me mad that if I owned it, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, but there you go.
But they've all gone now. They've all died, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, the good ones have gone.
You met them, did you, real honest ghost? I'd seen a bit of filming and that when I was dating that lass. And he used to, in fact, the cafe was in a little courtyard. That it were actually a shop unit that the BBC had rented or whatever, and it was permanently set out as a cafe. You could look through a window, but it wasn't a working one.
Yeah, right.
And right directly opposite, only about 10 foot of what a bloody church in this little courtyard. You won't believe how different it made it out to be. But it was ideal for filming because it was that they could cordon it off.
Yeah.
It's one of those programs that it's like Fools and Horses. It's one of those that will stand us the test of time, won't it?
Certainly will. This time next year we'll be millionaires.
But they're all in their 80s, those now, aren't they? I mean, that David Jason, he's in his 80s now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And he's got, I mean...
He's still plodding on, doing stuff.
But the stuff he's done, he's had a brilliant career, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's...
and he's proved his worth, hasn't he? He's proved his worth. He can do it. Yeah, he was in films, Roscoe. 1950.
Pride, I remember seeing that film.
What's the name of Pride?
Her Name with Pride. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the film about the woman spy? And the Germans caught her and whatever, as they do. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Could be. Again, I could be wrong.
I know I'd seen him on telly. You know, I used to put how they used to do back in there. They put Sunday afternoon movies on, black and white ones. And I'd seen him in a couple there. I think he actually was in one at Carry On Films, you know, one of the early ones.
You know, I think he was, now you mention it.
And I think the name of it was Carry On Sergeant.
Nope.
He played a soldier.
Could very well have been.
But he had an excellent career. They were fortunate, weren't they? It's just that one little thing they do and they're in.
And
they're falling on the feet. They're falling on the feet. So we've been round well tonight.
So I was talking to my kids at the weekend, and you know, and like on here, somebody will say something, and it rings, you know, it brings a memory to the front.
Yes,
that I had, and we were talking away, and I don't know where it came from, but Dick Emery came up in the conversation, as it does. You know Dick Emery, don't you?
Yes.
You know, oh, you are awful, but I like you.
I like you, but you are awful, but I like it, yeah.
Well, I was an extra in two of his half-hour shows or whatever. Because he used to do a show every week, a half-hour show every week, where it'd be something different.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to do an officer in the army. And he did two of these programs where he's an officer in the army. And I was in two of his
sketches.
Yeah, as an extra. You would if you watch the bloody thing, you wouldn't see me unless you knew where to look.
Yeah, background.
Yeah, but so these, you know, things can bring things into your head, don't they? Because you know, and one thing led to another, and I said to my daughter about when I was 16, Cliff Mitchellmore came to the barracks. Can you remember Cliff Mitchell?
I know the name.
Well, he was a reporter on, I think,
right.
BBC, and he used to have a daily program, and I think 7 o'clock at night or something like that. And I can't remember exactly what it was, and I can't remember what it was called. However, he came to the catering college when I was in the army, and it was Pancake Day, and he came to film young soldiers learning how to make pancakes.
Right.
Now, unfortunately I didn't get on the pancake bit, but I was one of the young soldiers marching down the hill to go to the pancake place. So I was on the news on that one night.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
If you found the film, because I have seen it once before, but if you found the film, you can actually see me in the film.
Right.
Because, you know, I'm such a good-looking guy, I stand out against all the others.
Aye.
Yeah, so there you go. It's lots of stuff can bring back memories, can't it?
Oh, it can. I once saw you remember Little and Large?
Yeah.
Well, you know the skinny little one.
Yeah, the skinny little one. The skinny.
Well, I once went to with first wife. We had little bands, so we'd not much money, and we managed to go to Butlins in Skegness for a week.
Oh, nice.
And on a cheap holiday, you know, as you do when you're trying to bring a family up and you haven't a lot of money. And I remember walking in camp, and they don't call them camps anymore, but walking in camp, and it was a Sunday, and they'd got these little shops in there, and a lot of them were shut. And I remember this fellow looking in this window, and he looked really, I don't know, he looked sad. He looked really, it was him. He was Sid Little, and he was on his own, and he just thought, what a lonely, sad man he is. He must have been on there for a week or something.
Yeah.
But he just looked so lost and so fragile. And I thought, what you see on telly isn't always the right.
No,
it's not always the same, is it?
It's not. No.
And I said to her, I said, hey, up, Sid, because you know,
Yeah. You would, wouldn't you?
You talk as though you know him, don't you? Because you know the face. And he says, hello. And that was it. That's all I ever said. I didn't even talk to him, really, because I just felt so sorry for him. He just looked so lost on his own, you know. But it just shows they're not like they are when you on TV. You expect the same person, don't you? But it's part of life growing up, isn't it? You see different people.
Yeah. So, Roscoe, yes, the Army Catering College was in Aldershot. It isn't now. They've knocked it down. I can't remember where it is now, but it's somewhere else. But it was in Aldershot. So right.
Bit of information there for those that didn't know, like myself. Yeah, it's been I think it's coming up to an hour now, Paul. We've had a good night so far.
It's been all right. I've lost my rag a couple of times, and I do apologise for losing my my power of speech.
Yeah. But he's saying there, Roscoe's saying, Bernard Manning gave little and large their starting show business, same as Cannonball. He was controversial, Bernard Manning. He spoke his mind, and it wasn't accepted, was it? He got away with it in the 70s, but as time moved on, he got pushed back, didn't he? And but apparently the guy did give a lot of people breaks, you know. And Bibby,
I had a pub up near you, and I can't remember exactly where it was, Bobby, but it had what do you call it, a show stage, you know, type thing. The big pub, up in the hills, and it had a show stagey type thing, and we put on acts. And Bernard Manning was on one Friday night, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. He walked through the door and said, "Where's my money? Give it to me driver." And if he didn't give the money to the driver, he fucked up. He wouldn't go on stage.
Yeah.
And if he got angry, if they want his drink, he'd say, "Well, I'm going home now. You've paid him, but he's off." Right. It's a bit of a...
Oh, he was money orientated, that fella. Now then, baby, don't worry, you haven't been about. You've been busy, no problem. Just to remind,
you'll have been in bed, mate.
I'll just to remind people before we do go that Bibby will be on tomorrow with his night owl, so you're welcome to go across and see Bibby's channel. Roscoe, I think Roscoe, I can't same place as you there. Look.
Oh right, he was there in 1988 at the Army Championships for chess. Very nice. Yeah, I can honestly say the food was cracking there because. It was really, but yeah, I can't knock the food. I can now, but I couldn't knock it then, and I couldn't knock it because I did it. So,
right, Paul, we're coming up to an hour, my friend. It's gone a fast one again, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's whizzed by tonight.
Nah, Black Queen, I never saw you there. I hope you're well.
You just come in. Have you been asleep, Black Queen? Have you had a kip or something?
Well, yes. I think he's going to have to think about next week quizzes, Paul.
Yeah.
He got right.
You have a leaderboard up anyway, up at the top there.
He got caught out there in 2 minutes. Well done, Ems. That's the new one to try and beat. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You got it. Oh, they got it.
I don't know the pubs in Aldershot, I'm afraid, because I was at the Army Catering College when I was 15, and I left when I was 17 and a half, so I wasn't allowed in pubs. So there you go. I don't know any pubs in the Aldershot area at all. So there you go. just another bit of useless information. Anyway, having said your good nights, Bobby, I wasn't.
Right. Well, no. I was just letting you have a chat there with folk. It's been great. It's been great that you've all turned up again. No one's let us down, and it's lovely to see you. You're a real nightmare. And Sharon, thank you for looking after me. Also, Kelsey, who bounces from one bloody chat to another. How she does it, I don't know. I'm a swinger. Let's have a look.
I never thought that about you, Bobby. You being a swinger. Is she in your?
Yes, I'm reading them from my chat now.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
I'm not standing on your toes.
No.
Culture Cats. So Culture Cats is who we're answering question.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll just shout out SH Legal. I hope you're well. Martin Bex, thank you. Paralytic Zone. Let's have a look. Sharon. Probably having to go sort John out. Nice, Sharon. Amsterdamage. All right, you look like a new one, my friend. You're welcome anytime. We've had a good old chat.
Enjoy yourself.
And that's about it from me. So I'll let Paul give a shout out before we say his goodbyes.
Okay, well, I'm not going to mention everybody because I'm not going through the list to look at them.
He's a grumpy old bugger, isn't he?
I'll go with what I can remember. So it's Roscoe, Noxie, Black Queen, Real Honest Ghost, Bibby. Good night, mates. I might just drop in tomorrow night to listen to your Night Owls. Who else did we have? EMS. Good night, love. Well done on the win. Sharon. Good evening. Good night. And Kelsey, love. Thank you. You're the best spanner anybody could ever wish for. I love you to bits for it.
And I bet Kelsey never thought she'd get called a spanner.
Well, that's what they are, aren't they? It's just a spanner next to it. So,
right.
It's good night from him.
And it's good night from him. And don't forget to go check out Bibby tomorrow, 9 o'clock, Night Owls. If you want to ring him up, you can have a chat with him.
Yeah, get on live.
And we'll catch you all soon.
Live long and prosper.
And we'll see you next week, guys.
And TTFN.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.